Right. United have just absolutely stunk the place out against Leicester. Probably thrown any hope of getting into the Champions League. Stop smiling, Joel. It's over. Where's he gone now?
I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here.
Rio's putting in a performance like United today.
Suicidal.
Joel, I know you was at the game. What was your thoughts?
Mate, I think the first thing I thought, especially the first 45 minutes, what a boring game.
Boring,
I think I saw a chance and a half for United. Bruno should have tucked it in. Pogba header from a distance. You can argue that one. I think Iniacho should have scored for Leicester in the first half. Probably besides that,
Joel,
it didn't change. It was rubbish.
The first half was a testimonial.
It was.
Bro, boring.
Pre-season. Like they've been running all morning.
Boring.
I just felt it was flat. You know what? To put into perspective, it coming back from international duty, yeah, it can be like that a little bit, and you need the crowd to get you up. I said it before. I've done the game for BT against Liverpool today, and you heard Jurgen Klopp yesterday in his press conference was saying, right, I don't want no people coming to this stadium who don't sing. You've got to be on it. You've got to be loud, because he knows that after international break, sometimes it can be a little bit low, and the atmosphere needs pushing. You need the excitement pushing through the stadium to invigorate the team. And Liverpool playing Watford, so I understand if Liverpool were playing City or United or something like that, I could understand he wouldn't even have to speak like that. No. Man United are playing Leicester, yeah, you can say the same thing. Maybe it's not a glamour tie, but at the same time, you've still got to go out there and put performance in. Liverpool went out there, weren't pretty today, weren't perfect, done enough, was okay. But that's the difference. Man United can't go out there and play under par and just be average and worm the way through games and grind it out. Today there was no impetus, there was no spark really. The formation it just killed me. When I saw the formation, I'm thinking, what's Rashford must be thinking now? I was thinking, wow, there's like maybe there's a new contract negotiations that might have been going on behind the scenes or so. If you're him, you're sitting there thinking, wow, this gaffer don't fancy me. How could I stay here and sign this contract, given that the team would rather play without a striker than play with me? Like all the signs that they're so wrong. I'm not saying that he's been perfect or played particularly well the last few weeks, but at the same time, it's like there's the wrong signal. Everything's like the wrong signals coming out. First half was a testimonial.
Saying that, Rio, with him not starting Rashford, don't you think that could have been because he doesn't have a lot of attacking options? Cavani ill again or injured, whatever he is. Ronaldo didn't travel with the squad, from what I'm hearing. Not about when you're looking. If he had started Rashford, then his only goal threat would have been Elanga. That's it, so he doesn't really have
Rashford as a striker. Put Rashford as a number 9. He can play there.
No, put Rashford as a striker. But I'm talking about if you look at the bench, then what do you have?
Mate, I'd rather start the game with people that I can get goals rather than not. I think I'm just thinking if I'm Rashford, forget everything else. If I'm Rashford, I'm looking at him thinking this guy does not rate me. He don't see me as anything if he's going to play two midfielders up front instead of me in a system that didn't even they got smashed 3-4-0 against City, 3-0 against City the last time they played that system. Like it's not like it worked perfectly the last time they played, so we'll stick with it. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man.
It tells me two things. It tells me, one, Marcus didn't do enough in training to impress while everyone else was on international break when he's been with Ralph in training, because I think Ralph's shown that if you impress in training, you play. Simple. And it tells me, two, like you said, he would rather go with other options, which on one hand you go, yeah, Marcus has got to see his ass with it. But on the other hand, you go, well, you haven't earned it at the moment. Like, you're not playing well enough to justify your selection.
I get that. He's not. I think it's a good argument that he's saying that he hasn't played well enough to justify being selected. If Cavani and Cristiano Ronaldo are fit, it's a different case when he's playing. He's actually going into a game with no striker. It doesn't make sense. Like wow. Like how bad must he be in training then, or how bad must he rate him to go into games like that? It's just like I don't know, man.
It's not one of those where you go, okay, I need to pull my socks up then, rather than thinking, oh, I want to, I don't want to play here anymore. Work hard.
No, I get that as well. I get that as well. Steve, I get that as well. Yeah, and that's a given. That's what every player should be doing as well. But again, it's. I just think it's a hard one to take for any player when you're sitting there. Yeah, listen, you say to yourself, I'm going to really work my socks off and prove to this manager now I should be in this team. But at the same time, it's a low place to come from when you're sitting there and you're thinking, our two main strike number 9s are out, and he's playing two midfielders in the number 9 positions almost over me, who know that I've played for England as a striker. Hard, man.
Man United. Listen, I know you guys are having your pity party, but we've got to give a shout out to some of the Leicester City players, man. I thought their players.
They were shit and all, Joel. Come on.
No, stop it. No, stop it. Let's start off with, I want to give a massive shout out to James Justin. Yeah. In my opinion,
City would have beat United today.
I'm sorry. Rio, did you see the game?
Yeah, watch the game.
Bro, James Justin, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I don't think Sancho had the best of these games, and a lot of it was down to him. If you're looking at him for Fofana, they did what they could. They're away, right? Yes, they're going to be pressed sometimes, and I reckon they didn't do themselves any harm. They did really well.
Evans was better than Fofana today. Fofana's his first game back though, but obviously I think he was a bit rusty. But listen, I'm with Steve. I don't think anyone played particularly well. I think Barnes in the first half created a couple of openings. He probably had Dallet on edge a little bit out of wide men in the game. United's wide men had no impact in terms of penetration in the game. There was no penetration really from both teams. I don't think both teams would have been happy with performance in the first half. I think Leicester would have been happy to be in the game still because it's playing against Man United at Old Trafford. I get that. Yeah. But the chances, Leicester had the best chances other than Bruno's chance. Leicester had. Iniesta had a great chance. I thought the goal was going to be bulging when he opened up his left foot. Barnes had a good one when he got across Dalot from the cross. But I just think the tempo of the game, the lack of penetration from Man United, it's just disappointing. And again, you look at the league table now. Arsenal are sitting rubbing their hands. Big game on Monday. They've got Tottenham. Even going to be looking and thinking we should finish above Man United now.
You guys must be battling for Europa Conference League. Must be.
Mate, we've got to play Liverpool, Chelsea, you lot. This could get a lot worse.
Yeah. That's what that's the thing that's frightened me. When I looked at the fixtures today on the way home after that game, and I thought, wow, we've got some hard games, mate. It's not like our running's kind of cute and good to us. It's a tough running with all teams like Arsenal, with the guys you mentioned there, Steve, all playing for something, man. It's like, I don't know, difficult.
You got Pogba coming out saying the season's dead. Yeah, it's dead for him because he's not going to be here next year. So don't give a shit whether we get top 4 or not. That's not worth playing for him. He wanted a medal this season and then he's gone. So top 4, the players that are hopefully sticking around, they want to play for top 4. It's a dangerous game playing people who don't want to be here next year, because they don't care about trying to get into the top 4 because it doesn't affect them next year. They're like, well, whichever club go into the top 4.
That's because business has been done poorly, I think, at the club. I don't think we should be allowing players to get down to this stage of their contracts. I don't think it should happen.
Rio, it's not changed in 10 years. How did you get told you was done? You got told after everyone had done a goodbye to all the fans.
Yeah, but I think my situation was different. It was the wrong way to be done, but also like I was only ever going to get a year or I'm gone. It weren't like, you know what, actually we want to sign you up and keep you for the next 3 or 4 years. Like say someone like Pogba, etc., or Marcus, you want to keep these players if they're playing well. If you want to have a desire to keep them, get it done and dusted. Money, economically, to let someone that you've spent 80 million, 90 million pound on come in and leave, plus wages, leave on a free transfer is absolutely criminal.
Twice.
It's like he pulled our pants down twice. Unbelievable. But I don't know, man. Listen, top 4 for me now, gone, done and dusted. Top 4's done.
Let's look at your fixtures, guys. So you got Everton next.
fighting for something.
Fighting for something. Norwich City, I think that's your easiest game you got after that.
Yeah. What was the score on Trafford Road? Did we draw that game?
Can't remember. Did you?
Oh, I think we won, you know.
Liverpool United on the 19th of April. Then you got Arsenal United on the 23rd of April. Then you got Man United Brentford, and we all know what Brentford are doing out here. It's not going to be an easy one. Then you got Brighton, as we all know, they can turn up on their day. Shout out to Danny Welbeck. You got United Chelsea on the 15th of May, and then you got Crystal Palace United. And look at the form that Crystal Palace are in at home as well.
We're going to start a support group where you can come and it'll be a safe space. And
mate,
do you know what's mad? Rio, do you know what's mad? Yeah, this is how far you lot have fallen. In the past, when you're looking at that fixture list, you're thinking, yeah, you know what? At least 70 to 80% of those games, we know we're going to win.
Yeah,
that percentage has gone down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised though. Man United, we're not the force we once were, and we've got to accept that. I keep hearing people say, but we're Man United. We're Man United." Well, the badge hasn't changed, but everything else has. So you can't keep coming with that "we are Man United" stuff, because it's not the same Man United that it was 10 or so plus years ago. It's not the same. Hasn't got the same meaning. Hasn't got the same fear that it used to bring. Like, teams are coming to Man United expecting chances, expecting opportunities to win. No, they're expecting to go toe to toe. It's not, we'll sit back and try and nick a result against United now. Teams are coming and saying we'll go toe to toe and we'll actually back ourselves with a spring in our step. And that's the way it is at the moment. So this team have got a lot to do to turn that around, because that mindset and mentality of other teams coming there, it takes a long time to change that. And these guys have got a big task on doing that, man.
Ronaldo going in the summer, do you reckon?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I just worry from other teams' perspective. I think a lot of them would take Ronaldo, but it's a big package, man. So who's got the financial muscle that narrows it down? Who's got the financial power to be able to compete and pay the wages that he's on?
Is he contractually allowed to hear the Europa League music?
I think it would be. I think it's actually No, I shouldn't say it. But yeah, I listen. I think it would be weird. Barcelona, it was weird for this year.
Is there different music for Europa Conference League? Because I don't watch those games. I'm asking for a friend. My friend Tyrone wants to know.
Oh, mate, seriously.
I'd actually enjoy it if Ronaldo does stay around at United next year and he just I ain't playing in the Europa League. I'll just save myself for Saturdays or Sundays, I guess.
Imagine that.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I don't know, man. Listen, they're interviewing the managers now. They need to get this right. This next manager's got to be right. Do you know what I mean? I saw Gary Neville have a 5-point plan the other day. The culture at the football club's got to change before anything. You can change a stadium, change a training ground, all that stuff. Do what you're talking about, but the culture within the training ground, the players' mindsets, culture stems from the manager and the people that are working around him. That's got to be fine-tuned and deliverables on that first before anything, because you can have the shiniest new toy of a training ground, shiniest new toy of a ground, and if all that other stuff ain't working, it don't matter. Look good.
The training grounds are nice to have, innit? The stadiums are nice to have. Let's be honest, we're not playing in decrepit stadiums. They could be better, but they're not. Then I watched a game at CSK Sofia where Berbatov started his career. That place hasn't seen a lick of paint since 1912. Like, that's a bad stadium. That's like a dangerously bad stadium. Old Trafford needs a bit of an update. It's a bit tired. Carrington needs a bit of an update. It's no longer the cutting edge training ground that it was. But all you need is cones and a fucking pitch, man. You don't need
Steve,
all this to be a better club.
I am tired, Steve. I'm tired.
Frank Lucas wants to know, thanks for the super chat, does Ronaldo run the dressing room or not?
I don't know. I'm in there. I'd love to be in there. I'd love to know the answer to those questions. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when, after a game like today, where there was no penetration, there was no urgency in the team. There was no, and some of that penetration could be down to the personnel and players. You can't expect Bruno and Pogba to have the penetration that you'd normally want to expect from a front line. But listen, I've said it for many times. Are there uncomfortable conversations going on between teammates? That's what, in the best teams, uncomfortable conversations have to be had, and they are had.
You lot, man.
I need to go, man. I can't sit here and do this.
Yeah.
We got 5 and 5 on Monday. Let's get this regroup, man, Steve, and come with something on Monday, man. Because
look, there's a party going on in here.
Yeah, all City fans.
No, it's all my lads. It's all my squad. End of the season.
Oh,
good. Well, listen, have a good time, and well done, by the way, in your team. Paddock.
Where you going, Rio? Where you going? Where you running to?
It's Saturday night. I can't sit here and talk about negative stuff like this. It's going to ruin my night.
Before you go, guys, make sure you press that like button, subscribe even after the video is done. We released the Secret Scout video yesterday with Ste and Ferdinand. Yes, looking at the best youngsters in the world. We've got Vibe with 5, as Rio was saying. We got Vibe with 5 guest episodes this week, so make sure you
do not miss it. We got a sick guest this Monday. Do not miss it.
Very sick guest. So you guys need to start smashing that notification button. Please put it on. What else have we got? We've got quite a few. What else have we got? We got stuff coming. So just make sure you stay tuned, man. Gazetta as well. And yeah, more of Ste and Rio crying tears. See you guys soon.
See you later, guys. Enjoy your Saturday.